Hi Bookfighters, it is Thursday, and I did have a wonderful video planned for you guys, pretty much done. I'm just dying that I haven't been able to put this out yet, because it was my first one, or it was supposed to be the first one of the month, and then that didn't happen. So because Dan put forward his discussion question, you're going to get another editless on the field vlog. I'm car vlogging, as you can see, from my phone. So we'll see how this goes. Anyway, I'm very acutely aware of every dead second of myself not speaking every time I do an editless video, and it's a lot of pressure. Okay, so, the question that was put forward is Moby-Dick a steamroller, or is it very subtle? Once again, I have to come out in the middle. I don't feel like it was the most subtle book ever written. There are definitely moments where I feel like we are told things that we should have been able to figure out by ourselves. Especially in terms of the one part of the story that everyone has referenced so far, the part where there's the innkeeper named Coffin, and I don't remember the name of the inn, but that part I think was a little heavy-handed, and I think we have moments like that are just like spoon-feeding us the symbolism, but I don't think that that's necessarily true of the book as a whole. The thing about Moby-Dick, and I think this sort of ties into what a lot of us have been talking about, at least what I have been talking about throughout this month, is that because it is written in first person, but our narrator is Ishmael. We actually have two Ishmaels in the story. So in this scene, where he's walking down the street looking at the different inns that he could stay in, you have the Ishmael that is walking down the street at the moment. And then you have the Ishmael that is describing that Ishmael walk down the street. And so we have sort of two different characterizations going on at the same time with the same person. So on the one hand, you have Ishmael looking at the sign and hearing the name of the innkeeper and thinking to himself, gee, that's foreboding. And I think it sort of sets up the character of Ishmael as being the kind of guy that is, you know, one of these wordy, pretentious dudes, that sees symbolism in everything that he does. He sees the symbolic meaning of it. I really want to compare this to The Fault in Our Stars, but I can't do that yet, and so maybe that'll happen next month. Anyway, so we have, I think, a bit of characterization more than symbolism necessarily in this case, is that we have Ishmael seeing something as a symbol, and then that says something about his character, whereas the symbol itself isn't necessarily all that important. It is a little, but it's not really about the symbolism in that particular case, I think. And then when we have moments like the whiteness of the whale, and the biology of whales, that whole encyclopedia section, the two parts that everyone has talked about, this is the other Ishmael. This is narrator Ishmael talking about, because you have character Ishmael walking through not knowing anything about whaling. Like when he goes up to get on the boat, he says, well, he was on the merchant vessels, but he doesn't know anything about what's going on. And then you have this big info dump, and that is narrator Ishmael talking. And so it's sort of, I think, showing the space in between the Ishmael that is experiencing the story and the Ishmael that is describing that experience. And I think part of it, when we have these, like, very heavy-handed moments, that's what we're having here. Someone made an interesting comment, and I don't remember who it was at this exact moment, but I'll put their screen name as an annotation, not right now, when I get home, so later tonight. I'll put their screen name in, but they commented on my last video as perhaps this encyclopedic section that gets chucked at us is symbolic. Like, if the whale is religion, then these encyclopedic sections would be standing in for science. And so we have sort of a battle between, like, the dichotomy between science and religion. And I thought that was a very interesting comment. And I think that when you look at it that way, it gives some of these really pointless chapters some more symbolic depth to them. So I definitely really appreciated that comment that I got. It made me think, and I wish I could articulate it better, but as said before, I have no time to edit my video, which is why this is probably going to be too long too. I'm still talking. I just ramble because I'm so worried about the dead time. Okay, that's all I'm saying about Moby-Dick today. I did update the Squidoo lens, and I also made a lens for the month of January, where I have all of our videos in order. I also have some they're called duels on Squidoo, but they're basically like discussion sections, comment sections, stuck in there. So like after Dan's video, I stuck in, tell Dan what you think. Is it subtle or, not subtle? And so I sort of feel like, I know Dan put forth the idea of having a forum. I don't think that we have quite enough people to really, support a forum. I think you need a lot of people to get into that before it really works, but I sort of think, take a look at it, and tell me what you think, particularly of the Moby-Dick one, of the lens for January, and see, I think this might, the words are gone. I think this might achieve the function that you are looking for with a forum. There's also a general comment section. I also put in I'm also going to be putting on the video responses that we get. We'll be going on to the Squidoo lenses every month. We already got one, and that's already on there, so you should check that out. So that way we sort of have like a hub where all of our stuff comes together. So if someone wants to go and see all the videos for Moby-Dick, it's right there. And then next month when we're talking about The Fault in Our Stars, all of those videos will be on their own lens. And then I also have the main profile lens as well. The links are not going to be in the description yet, because as previously mentioned, I am not at home and probably will not be home for a few hours. So if you're watching it shortly after this has been posted, those links aren't going to be there yet, but I will be putting them into the bookshelf once I get home. There is, on the main page, like I said last week, on our main Bookfighters page, there is a link to the Squidoo lens. It's just squidoo.com/we-r-the Bookfighters or the whatever. It's on the front page. If you Google Bookfighters Squidoo, it's like one of the first things that comes up. So you should check that out. I will put those links up soon. I will put that screen name in soon. And that is all I have for you today. So, Julia, I will see you tomorrow.